Hello everyone, this is Aniket Jain from MIT ISBJ. Today we have Dr. Divya Raj with us. She was present in Ukraine during the crisis, during the war, and was evacuated currently to India. So ma'am, could you just introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Dr. Divya Raj Reddy, and I'm the Indian representative and assistant director for Indian students for Zaporozhye State Medical University, Ukraine. And I'm also director for NEO, which has offices in more than 9 countries. And I'm a social activist, entrepreneur in international relations, and also philanthropist.
So ma'am, my first question to you was, how is the situation over there? Because during the war, many people were not able to evacuate. We even heard that one of the students from Karnataka was killed in the war. So what was the situation? What were your feeling that time?
Yeah, my condolences to the parents of the student who died in Kharkiv. And not only that, the entire episode is a disaster for every student at this very young age, at the age of 18 to 25, for the young minds to be put through so much pressure. It is especially the students from Indian community who are so dependent on, the society and the parents and all this scenario. And I think this has been a lot on them. And but we have equally brave students who had challenged these situations and got through it.
The students over there, what were your conditions? Because I think ma'am helped you a lot, but still you had to face it yourself. So
we were in ZAP. For us, situation over there was a bit hectic too. But mom had everything mom had kept everything under control. Like whenever sirens they were on, students used to go to bunkers, then back to hostels. We stayed in flats, so we were in communication with the students. So we used to get updates like you guys need to go to bunkers or nearby places.
So was it a very panic-like situation for all of you? So how did you adapt?
It was panicking, but we were strong, we were bold, everything was under control. Mom had told us everything. She was taking care of us very nicely, so everything was under control.
This particular scenario, definitely it is a panic situations to the students, to the parents, because when all of a sudden a peaceful environment is filled with bombs, with firings, with shootings, with huge sounds, definitely a young age child or his parent who is staying so far from him is going through a lot of mental stress, agony, and pain. And all this, what will happen next, whether the child will come back safely, and what about the student's mind is also how I'm going to reach back home. Am I going to reach back home or not is also a question for them. So this had been a very challenging task on them, and I'm really proud of students of ZSMU. They had been equally brave and got through this.
Okay, my next question was, okay, there were many reports that there was a lot of racism during the situation, during evacuation. So did you face any of that thing during the situation?
No, I feel that racism was not an issue, especially ma'am helped us to get evacuated from Kieve. So there was basically a group of students who were traveling from Zaporozhye and there were 40 kids who were traveling from Kieve. For us, no, I don't think there was any racism or anything of that sort. I mean, everyone was helping.
Okay.
Let me add to the point, Aniket. I had stories from students, especially Pakistani students and other Syria, Moroccan, and Nigerian students. You don't believe they were all carrying Indian flags, just because all those who were carrying Indian flags had that immunity. And they were all carrying Indian flags, be it from any nationality, because that was a time like everyone knew that this particular Indian flag at that moment helped a lot to the Indian students.
So there was a lot of help from Indian authorities also during the situation.
Yes. There was no scenario for racism, there was no scenario. Of course, yes, racism was faced when there was huge number of students stuck up at the borders, and it was not racism. I think it was just an inability to control the crowd, and inability to, address this particular force majeure situations. I think in that situations, yes, students faced a certain crisis where students were beaten. There were problems at the border where they did not have some proper monitoring. But these students who moved from ZSMU, they were all through a proper plan. Evacuation plan was designed and chalked out by me personally. And I think that, that particular organization method which we used helped them to exit the country safely without any problems.
Okay. So you did not had an encounter with Russian soldiers or troops?
No, we did not encounter any Russian troops as per se. But yeah, of course, the people who were there in Kiev, we heard quite a few missile launches and bombing and normal shootings that were there, but not any troop as per se, as in no one stopped us from evacuating that place.
So I'm really grateful that all of you are safe and giving us the interview. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Aniket.
Thank you.
Thank you all
Thank
for
you.
participating.
Thank you so much.
Bhuvna,
Thank
you
you.
can ask.
Ma'am, everything has been told. I don't think I have to add anything else. It was good. Our journey was scary, but it was good because all of us were in contact. Especially us 40 people. I couldn't imagine how would we go from here if we were going to go to Zaporizhia again, or if we had to go to the west. Till midnight, we were all in confusion. But our plan, whatever we were doing, ma'am knew, and we were literally on like sharing our location on constant basis. It was fine. Like, yes, it was a pretty hectic process, but it was successfully we are here at home. So yeah.
There were also many health conditions of Indian students, since I was monitoring not only Zaporizhia students, other state students, Kharkiv and Sumi. So we
Yes,
faced a
yes.
lot of students who had, severe panic attacks. They were going through the traumatic situations. They were just they didn't know. There were a lot of people who are having breathing problems, and a lot of people who got unhealthy. Even a student from Punjab also died due to, respiratory problems. So, this all things all happen is at a young age. They've gone through such a traumatic incident, and definitely it is, it has been a lot on them. But I think going through that also makes them stronger, because in the history of their entire journey, even they can tell their grandchildren about this experience that they've gone through the war. So I think that would be a wonderful experience, and we are very happy to share with you, Aniket.
Thanks a lot, ma'am.